Supriya, I see, out in black again. In fact, you've got the Home Minister, the UP CM saying that you're doing this Black Friday protest as an insult to the second anniversary of the day the construction at the Ram Temple began. Which is why for you and your party, Supriya, Amit Shah and Yogi Adityanath say this is a black day. Let's start with that.
Quite frankly, yet another desperate attempt by these guys to divert the issue once again. The reality is that the price pinch is being felt by every Indian, as is joblessness. The reality also is कि जिन कानों पर जू नहीं रेंगती थी, आज उनको प्रदर्शन की आवाज सुनाई दी. A desperate attempt after an entire day, this is the best they could come up with. But let me respond to them in their own fervor. Shri Ram वेश बदलकर जनता की टोह लेने जाते थे. आप अपने सिंहासनों पर बैठे हुए हैं और जनता को महंगाई से कमर तोड़ रहे हैं. Think about the people. Think about what you're doing to them and think about how they are suffering in your rule instead of trying to divert attention. I think that's the least and the most I will say on a statement as irresponsible and as distractionary as that.
Let Sanju Verma respond. The BJP forced to take notice of this protest. It got good traction through the day, and therefore you're trying to spin it by linking it to the anniversary of the construction of the Ram Temple, when this protest on price rise has nothing to do with the Ram Temple. You're trying to find a communal or appeasement link. Sanju Verma.
Rahul, first and foremost, let me tell you, I am not going to make this debate frivolous by saying that, the Gandhis, पहले तो चोरी ऊपर से सीना जोरी. ये भी कहावत है, उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे. हिंदी में और एक कहावत है, खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचे. Now I am not going to call the Gandhis खिसियानी बिल्ली, but I have to put some facts before your audience. If the debate is indeed about inflation, fine. Parliament is a forum, and even indulging in a protest on the streets is a forum. Nobody denies that to anybody in a democracy. But my simple point is this: you speak about inflation, but the Modi government reduced excise on petrol and diesel by 5 and 10 rupees in November 2021. We followed that up with a reduction in excise on petrol and diesel again by 8 and 6 rupees respectively in May 2022. Now, why is it that Congress-ruled states, particularly Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and where you have supported the JNM in Jharkhand, the reduction in VAT is minuscule. Matlab, you want to talk about price rise, you want to break barricades, but in your own backyard, you do not have the gumption, the sensitivity to reduce value-added tax and bring relief to customers. Point number 2, I will quickly finish. Rahul Gandhi says, Hitler ने भी election जीती थी, मुझे सारे institutions दे दो, मैं भी जीतूंगा. This, I think, reflects the sorry mindset of the Congress leadership.
No, but this is very problematic, Supriya Shundet. When you won in Jharkhand or Gujarat, then the Congress doesn't have a problem with the results. But when you lose, you think that Modi is Hitler and that this is Nazi Germany just because people aren't voting for you. I must tell you this. Earlier this week I was in Gujarat. I had an opportunity to speak to Congress leaders. Those Congress leaders, Supriya, told me why the BJP is likely to win in the Gujarat elections because of how strong they are. A full generation hasn't voted for anybody except the BJP. Congress leaders were certain that the BJP is going to win. This is your level of preparation of big state, and you're blaming Modi for this.
No, before I answer that question, I want to keep this on price rise because that is the issue of the day. I will come to that. I will come to your direct question in just a bit. The price rise debate is very much on, but the finance minister gets up in parliament, somebody comes in parliament and says, free fund ka khana मांग रहे हैं. एक साहब आते हैं, वो कहते हैं महंगाई है ही नहीं, जाइए सब्जी खरीदिए, महंगाई कहाँ है. I don't know which castles do these people live in. भगवान जाने ये लोग कहाँ रहते हैं. सारे देश को महंगाई समझ में आ रही है, इनको नहीं समझ में आ रही है. चलिए कोई बात नहीं, नहीं समझ में आएगी भाई. जब महंगाई पर प्रदर्शन होता है, what were we trying to do? I want to step back and tell your viewers what happened today because I was very much here, and I also think we were at the receiving end of the police and Amit Shah's police forces. We were doing a simple protest against price rise. महंगाई पर हल्ला बोल. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. I don't think in this country protests have been suspended so far. There were 6 layers of police outside the AICC headquarters. We were being dragged My own clothes were torn off. I had to source some more clothes from people. The way Priyanka Gandhi was manhandled and dragged to the police vehicle. Which state are we talking about? I mean, shameful. I heard Ravi Shankar Prasad, and I'm glad you were giving him a platform to resurrect his political career, because we know which direction is that going in.
Rahul,
And this
can I
lady
please
who's
rebut?
sitting here
You
and
can't
pontificate
rush
on
to Congress.
our fortunes.
You
I want to
interrupted me in the
very
middle of my
strongly say
statement.
one thing. You want to attack us? Attack us. Do not hide behind the police.